Good evening, Facebook. How are you? Sawar, say hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Coming at you live from Fit Realty Services. Raja joined in. Raja, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
We're looking at the state of the market every Monday is our new segment. Not so new anymore. We're wrapping up our first month, November. How do you guys feel, Raja, about the market right now?
Pretty good with all the analysis and economists coming in with the projections for next year, and we see the rates, which someone's going to talk about. We see the forbearance going down drastically. We see a new haircut looking really great, so no complaints. Yeah, all good stuff. We're really excited to bring you this super short, 5-7 minutes tops, up-to-date slides from obviously all the analysis to really bring you some quality information. Without any further ado, Humero, let's get the party started.
Okay, so first one, it's me. We're looking at the consumer spending starting 2020, not because of the pandemic necessarily, but since January 1st, 2020, since the year started, what are people doing with their money? Are they spending more? Are they spending less? In what different states? What's going on? So the drastic changes you can see, South Dakota and Alaska, they stopped spending. 15%, they went low, 14.6 for Alaska, and South Dakota went 11% lower. So they're not spending as much. Do we know why? Maybe because of the pandemic. Maybe there's more panic there. Maybe there's a little bit more fear in those states. So they stopped over there. Looking at the positive states that started spending a little bit more, you can see Michigan, Raja, spent 11% more.
Wow.
Right? So that
it makes sense, right? I look at my own pocket. I definitely spend less this year than any year before, right? Because I don't eat out as much as I used to, right? We don't travel as much as we used to. There's no vacations, right? So definitely the change in spending is definitely understandable. We all sit home, right? We all eat a nice home cooked meal, right?
But for me, Raj, it's the opposite, right? I mean, this year I spent more, I think, than I've ever did. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but I did, right? There's more eating out, like you said, right? I'm always on the field. So I don't know. Maybe not just food, but every other little thing.
What about you, Sarwar? How are you doing with the spending? Would you say you spend more this year or than last year?
Definitely this year, more spending than last year. Because everybody at home spend a lot of money somehow, some reason. That's the right thing that people have no choice.
Good stuff. Very interesting. Perfect. Ali, anything else you want to add?
No, that's it. I mean, look, you can tell for majority of the states, it's orange, right? People are in the 0% to minus 10%. People are more conservative, bottom line.
That's what United States, minus 3.7% in spending. Is that what it is?
Yes. So United States as a whole.
Overall, what about our New York State? How do we do in New York?
We're doing New York. We're less than 6% lower than last year.
So we're spending less money in New York?
A little bit less, yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, both of you guys obviously are hustlers. You are always in the field, right? Your job requires to pump gas, to eat out, right? To entertain, to dress good, to look good, go to the barber, right? But I think most of the folks, and you can see minus 6% in New York, less than spending, it definitely makes sense. Let's go with slide number 2. Perfect. So forbearance. Are we going to just tap into more of the forbearance? So from the total of 5,760 families that were actually granted forbearance, this is what happened upon the expiration of the plan, right? So the biggest chunk is the orange group, right? Almost 2.4 million people, and they decided to extend their forbearance, right? So initially it came out, okay, we're going to do it for 3 months, then, okay, let's do 6 months. Now you can go up to 1 year. So 2.4 million, which is the biggest chunk of folks, have decided to extend the forbearance, right? Extend to not pay for the mortgage, right? Then the second biggest chunk, $2.3 million, basically removed wild performance, meaning they said, okay, we've done it for the 3 months. We got over the worst case. We don't really need it, right? There's no need for us to attach those payments to the end of the loan anymore. And they decided, not to proceed with forbearance anymore, right? $500,000, go figure, they pay off their mortgages somehow, right? Maybe they sold the property, right? Maybe they were at the end of a term and they end up paying it off. 481,000, that's the grayish. Basically, it's in delinquent and in some kind of a mitigation, meaning they are now working with the bank. They're working a plan, right? They're finding a way how they can keep them in the home, which is a good thing. And then the smallest chunk, 80,000, expired and are delinquent, right? So those are the ones that are high potential of possible foreclosures. 80,000. But look at this, guys. 80,000 out of almost 1.76 million. That's nothing. That's a very, very, very tiny fracture of the total pie, right? So we want to kind of break it down for you guys and to show you exactly what's happening to the forbearance. And again, the biggest chunk decided to extend, right? I mean, look, you remember at the beginning when it started, right? We had our clients calling us, hey, should I do the forbearance? And we asked them, are you still working? They say, yes, I'm working, but if I can extend, I said, why would you do that? I mean, why would you be attaching your payments at the end of the term? It's not like you're going to get a free ride, right? You're going to actually end up paying more interest, right? So if you can afford the payment, go ahead and pay it. So 2.3 million people just say, you know what, we don't really need it, right? So this is a little bit of a breakdown, but I think the biggest takeaway, it's out of the 5.76 million, only 80,000 folks are a possible foreclosure or any kind of a distress property sale scenario, right? So again, that's a great news. Let's wrap it up with Sawar.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. The most important in the part of this mortgage section was the MBA report. MBA report for 2021, they prepare for rising mortgage rate. But if you see right now, which is 2020, right, the rate, right, 3.3% rate, but eventually it's going to be increased. You can see even same as like in a property value is going to be increased no matter what. Same as it is in the mortgage rate going to be increased. As you see right now, 21, right? The 2021 is going to be 3.3, and next year will be the 3.6, and up to 2023 is going to be 3.9. But still is good. It still is good compared to last couple of years ago, or the 5%, 6% interest rate, right? But it still is a really great chance. And even if it's just strictly, if you go a little bit more, but still you can have the right interest rate. So therefore, that if you had 2019, that was what, 3.7, right? It's either 3.7, 2019.
Yeah. Good point. So basically, what you're saying, the MBA, the Mortgage Banker Association, at its annual event, Chief Economist Mike Frantantani forecast that mortgage rates could rise in the year to come, but they will remain near all-time lows, right? So the bottom line is the interest rates will go up, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be all-time low, but at the end of the day, look, the prices are going up. We already know that. If the interest rates are going to go up, what does it mean?
Affordability.
The payment going to be high.
Correct. That means with the same income, with the same credit, with the same down payment, you'll be able to purchase a smaller home now, right? Your buying power will actually decrease.
Yeah.
Right? At 3% interest rates, I mean, we've seen 2.625, 2.5. We've seen some insane rates this year. Don't expect they're going to stay like this forever.
No. That's what they did.
So if you wait a couple of years,
then,
people ask me, oh yeah, I'm going to wait a couple of years. There's going to be a bunch of foreclosures. I'll be able to steal a property.
Exactly. Most of the people
in Sarwar, they always ask our buyers, steal a property. Yeah, the sellers, they don't really like to work with thieves. Right, Ali? I mean, how many sellers want to work with thieves? Not too many. Yeah, great reports, Sarwar. Great reports. So the interest rates are projected to go up. Still going to be all-time low, obviously, but with the increased home prices and with the increased interest rates, bottom line is your buying power will decrease, right? So if you're in a position to buy now, get off the fence, call Sarwar or Ali. They'll set up a nice pre-purchase consultation with you guys and walk you through affordability and see if we can clean something and take advantage of these low interest rates. Good stuff, fellas. Always good seeing you. Wednesday, this week's deals. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and we'll talk later.
All right.